So Fort Scott gets a point back there. It's now 13-4 here in this second set. Again, Chanute won the first set. And they will keep going here in the second one. It's now 14-4 here in set number 2. Keegan Yarrick with a dig on the back row. Now they'll find Comstock, and she'll get a kill in there for the Lady Tigers. Nice block at the net by Fort Scott. A couple straight points for the Lady Tigers. Now 14-6. Nice block by Fort Scott, but Chanute able to recover. That one's blocked out of bounds, but it's dug back by Chanute. I'll go to the far side and hit that one too strong. So 3 straight points now for Fort Scott. And they're back to within 7. And serve into the net for the Lady Tigers. Point serve back over to Chanute. Try to find the back corner, but can't keep it in. It's now 16-7. Ball deflected at the net, saved by Fort Scott. They called a violation there on Chanute. So the Lady Tigers get the point back, as well as the serve. Long dig that time, and Fort Scott's going to come away with it as they got Kylie Comstock set up right at the net. 16-9. Chanute able to keep it alive. Somehow they kept that one alive. Find Comstock. That one's dug into the basketball goal, but Chanute able to keep it going. Nice little swing that time by Fort Scott. They got it over. Now they're back over to Chanute, and the Blue Comets are going to come away with the point there. Tough luck for the Lady Tigers. And they'll trail this second set 17-9. Long dig that time by Keegan, but it's kept alive by Fort Scott. Chanute able to play it off the basketball goal again and get it across the net. They are unfazed by some of the obstacles here in the Tiger Dome, but Fort Scott able to get the point anyway. It's now 17-10. Nice dig by Chanute. They'll work it far side, and it's swung home that time again by Fulmer. Another kill for Fulmer there on the front row for the Blue Comets. And Fort Scott's going to call their second timeout here in set number 2. So Fort Scott has used both of their timeouts here in the second set. And Chanute will serve once again, leading this second frame 18-10 after winning the first one 25-22. And that one hit a couple of Lady Tigers before it went out, so off of Fort Scott, more for Chanute here. Oh my goodness, and that'll be an ace. The Lady Tigers thought that was going to go out. It looked like it was going to go out, but it just barely found the far corner, and that'll make it 20-10 here in set number 2. Fort Scott able to keep it alive. Now back over to the lefty swinger there for Chanute. Fort Scott able to keep it going. Now they'll swing it back or bring it back to the near side. Another great shot that Fort Scott's going to have to return, and they do. Long rally here, and it'll end there. Tough luck for Hazelbaker as she couldn't get all the way around that shot. So 21-10. That one will be out. They tried the same, almost identical serve that time from Cadence Axelson, and it did go a little bit too wide. So point and serve back to Fort Scott. It's deflected. Fort Scott able to get back to it. They'll get it over the net. It is just really hard for Fort Scott right now to corral Kearney Fulmer on the front row for Chanute. 22-11. Blue Comets with the lead. That one's served right into the net. So Fort Scott gets the point and serve back. This is Avery Stewart serving for the Lady Tigers this time. And that one, man, even when they put a block up, it's a pretty good block by Fort Scott. They still are having trouble stopping Fulmer. That one's off of the top of the net, and Fort Scott couldn't get to it. So now match point for Chanute at 24-12 here in the second set. We'll go over to Keegan, and that one looked like it got into the net and didn't get over the net for Fort Scott. So that will finish set number 2 and the first match of the night as Chanute wins the first set tonight 25-22 and then wins the second one 25-12. Fort Scott will be back on the floor in a little bit as the next match will be Chanute and Pittsburgh, and then the Lady Tigers will take on the Purple Dragons coming up a little bit later. So we will go ahead and stop the broadcast and start it again when we get to that point a little bit later on this evening. So stay with us. We'll be back in about an hour or so, I would say, as we'll have the second match for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers coming up here tonight on Duckbait TV. Thanks for watching.